Hello Aries, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Mershinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship in the past. This could also be a current situation that you're in. It could be a situationship, even a relationship that's current. It could also be someone that you've met and there's a whole lot of chemistry. You just don't know how to connect with them. No one really is speaking up. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. I have certain reasons for that. I have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice and guidance based on what comes up today. Aries. One of the readings that is quite positive. Thank goodness. I have done quite a few readings this time around, and the cards are not happy. Dark and dreary, gloomy, gray clouds. Here, you have a cloudy day, but a ray of sunshine and quite a few things coming about. Really nice, very positive cards you have. First card's the strongest. We have here mystery, followed by selfhood, surrender, change, nourishment, sensuality, awakening, hearth and home, and then we have inspiration under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Aries, this connection that we have, to me, it feels quite intense. A little bit too intense, though. It has changed my way of thinking, the way I view life, the way I view relationships and connections. I feel that in this connection, you and I, there are certain things that are so different. We see things differently. But there are reasons why you and I have come together. And I've been asking the universe, why is it that you are in my life? Why now? Why not before? Why not long ago? Or why not far into the future? I do feel that because of the things that have happened, there is a reason why you're in my life now. I feel the sense of familiarity. I feel as if I know you. I've known you from before, and I feel very comfortable with you. I feel as though I can be with you and not fear that you're going to judge me for who I am and the way I behave. Oftentimes I've been alone, and yet I can smell your scent. I can feel your presence. And in my dreams, everything seems so real. There is this realization, this understanding that I have that you and I have been placed on this path and to walk this path for a reason, because I believe we have walked it before. It's just that things are different now. You are not exactly the same as you once were. Did we have a past life together? Why is it that I feel that I know you? There is a sense of knowingness. And I fear, because sometimes this feeling is very overwhelming. Deep down, I know that the things that I've done to you have changed you. Not necessarily truly in a good way, but you have reacted to the way that I have acted. Now I see you as somebody who is more confident, self-sufficient, self-reliant. You don't need me. You don't need anybody. And I also see you as someone who's very grounded, but also very guarded. Even if I was to approach you, I feel afraid. I feel intimidated because now you are someone different, because you have changed. Once bitten, twice as shy. The things that I did in this connection have changed you as a person. And I know that you wouldn't have changed had I not done the things that I did. Yes, you are guarded, and you don't really trust as much as you did once, because I hurt you. You don't know how I feel about you, though. There is a part of me that truly has surrendered to you. This feeling of surrendering it is unlike any other. I feel as though I belong to you and you belong to me. And there's a sense of longing. But even though I'm not with you, I still feel complete. Because I know you're there somewhere. I also feel that in this connection, there is a sense of surrender. Yes, I have surrendered to you. My mind, my heart, my body. It is yours. If you were to lead, I would follow. But things need to change. They can no longer stay the same as they once were. The same old ways, methods, techniques. The same old actions, words that have been spoken. Many things now need to change. Because if we don't change, then things are going to stay the same. And there is a need for change. With you, I have discovered that you are what they call the perfect mate, the perfect partner. I feel that in this connection, you have this ability of fulfilling me, this sense of nourishment. You fulfill me emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And I've never really experienced that with anyone else before. On a soul level, you fulfill me. And it is difficult for me to not think about you in a sensual and sexual way, because you are very alluring. You are very tempting. You can seduce and you don't even have to try. It just happens. By default, it's just there. I also feel that in this connection, moving forward, there is this grace that exists. I am now so attached and attracted to the way you look, your body, your scent, the way your clothes fit your body and the contours, your personality, your charm, your charisma, and your talents. It is all very tantalizing. I want to be with you intimately because you are someone who's very sensual. It's hard to resist you. But things have changed. Suddenly one day I woke up and I realized what this is all about. I started to see things differently. Now I'm starting to see things from your perspective. Now I'm starting to see things from your lens. Now I have put myself into your shoes. And all of the things that I have said and done, it all makes sense to me now. Things could have been better. And this is why I've realized now that a change is needed, and a very swift one at that. I also feel with the sense of hearth and home. Wherever you are, that is where my home is. I can confide in you and talk to you about anything and not fear that you're going to judge me. I can lay my head on your lap and know that everything is going to be okay. You are that light, that guiding light when I am lost. And whenever I'm cold, you're that warm blanket that makes me feel safe and that comforts me. Overall, all of these traits, these things that I've noticed and gone through in this connection, they really have changed the way I think about us. I do want to see the world in a different way. Having you in my life, you're an inspiration. I have become more artistic. I've started to express myself more. Every day feels wonderful, and the world seems more colorful. When you were not in it, everything seemed to have been just black and white, mundane. But now things are different. The world sounds better, tastes better, smells better, feels better, just knowing that you're in it. For now, I know that we have a special connection on a spiritual level. But I also don't know how I'm supposed to reach out to you and talk to you, because this flame that once used to burn bright, it is now extinguished. How do I reignite that? How do I connect with a person who is now so different? And the reason why you're different is because of the things that I've done. I'm not proud of it. And I'm not happy that you had to change your ways because of me. It is what it is. But I do have affection for you. And I do want to change things so that you and I can be together. All right, Aries. Please forgive me. Some of you know this already, but I'm still going through a few things regarding my respiratory tract or the area. You have a situation here where your person of interest has a spiritual connection. And one of the issues is, because this connection really went south a while ago, your person of interest, Aries, started to behave in a very different way. And for you to come back into their life and to try to reignite this flame, that once burned brightly. There's an issue here now. This person no longer recognizes you because you've changed. Now, to you, it may seem as if you haven't changed, but to them, from a distance, it does appear that you are not exactly 100% the same like you used to be. This usually happens if there is a breakup or if people have separated for a while and the other person is now just so distant that it seems as if both parties are strangers. But along with that, people start to change, they evolve, they improve, and they learn from lessons. And so they do change. They're not gullible. They're not vulnerable. They're not as naive as they once were. So yes, in this connection, it's going to be difficult because this person sees you as somebody who's changed, and they don't know how to approach you, even though they feel a very, very strong spiritual connection. For those of you that want more closure regarding this connection, with this card specifically, this is the past life card. This is the way I interpret this card, and this whole deck is quite different the way I interpret it. With this card, I do like to see people get closure, and that can come from knowing the history of where this is all stemming from. So I do past life readings. On average, they are all past life. There may be a few that are in future lives, that things that haven't happened yet, but they will. Not in this lifetime, in another lifetime in the future. So I have done those type of readings, and the majority of them are past lives. So this also means you are twin flame soulmates or karmic partners, maybe even more. But those are the top 3 that I've seen that are the most strongest and intense connections. With that reading, it gives you a better understanding as to what happened in the past and how is it affecting you now. Here, I also have, for this type of a situation that you find yourself in, I have another channel as well. It's called Asnointia Audio, and it's in the description below. So have a look at that channel, because I do have videos on spiritual relationships and spiritual connections. That one of the videos there, actually, you had a sensuality card. So one of them that you would really be interested in, as well as it would be applicable to you, that is sensually intense spiritual connections. That is one of those videos. Another one is past life and spiritual connections. That's just a generic. So that'll make you and help you. It'll make you understand why you feel the way that you do in this specific connection, because it's unlike anything you've ever experienced. And even the inspiration card, it's very inspirational. It's so different. You don't want to get out of that sort of state of bliss. And if you do, it feels terrible. But once you're in it, you don't want to leave it. For those of you that want to have any readings, I do past life readings. Have a look on my website. And if it is out of stock, please do send me an email, and I can put you on the waiting list for that. All right, I have here, wow, hello. Oh, yikes. Hello indeed. Not such a happy card, but it's oppression. Very negative energy with this one. Now, where's this coming from? So this deck, I read in the reverse, and this is me going a little bit into your past. This is a general love reading. It's not a private. You guys know that. It's a general love reading, so it's not going to resonate for everybody. However, what I like to do with this deck, I go into the past and see what happened in the first place that caused this problem, to give you better understanding and clarity. Now, this is when things were they were going great, and it was a very sweet connection, but things started to go downhill. They became very sour. So what happened? This is for those of you that may have not gotten closure. Speaking over my words, nervousness. Yeah, this person's nervous. This is yourself. You did not get closure that you needed or deserved. Somebody here took you for granted. Somebody here, oh, strange sentence I'm getting. Misused your honor. How does that make sense? Misused your honor. Your person of interest may not have connected with you as much as they used to. Maybe they started to fade, and maybe it was once a week, then once a month, and then just nothing. So for those of you that may feel that they have behaved like this, perhaps they didn't tell you why they did this. These cards hopefully will teach you and help you, give you that sense of understanding as to why they did what they did. Now, the first set of cards that you did see, that is a current status. So the earlier cards that I just read, that's the current status, the present situation of your person of interest, what they're feeling and thinking. This, we go a little bit into the past to have a look at why things did not turn out the way that you thought. We have here oppression, and then we have the Two of Arrows. Oppression. All right. Depression, difficulties, and release. This person was depressed. They were suffering from some difficulties. They were in some difficulties, and they wanted to be released from that type of situation. What happened at the time, back then, Aries, was this person was starting to feel very overwhelmed and oppressed by their circumstances and even their emotions. There was a whole lot of confusion. There was an inability to change their life for the better. They needed a pause before moving into a new phase of life, but they never were able to do that. It says here, though the situation may have felt very overwhelming, hidden forces were at work. Patience was needed, and trust was needed to know that things will improve. So, ultimately, what I'm seeing here is this person was mentally and emotionally not feeling well, Aries, and at some point in time, they started to feel very confused and also overwhelmed, and that was it. Confused and overwhelmed because they were depressed and they were sad. We also have here the Two of Arrows. Why were they depressed? Why were they sad? I'm hearing some of you ask that. Okay, Two of Arrows. Hopefully this may explain that too. Peace, truce, and impasse. So there was, so they were depressed and they were upset. There was difficulties because there was a lack of peace in this connection. There was a lack of truce in this connection. Here, they were also upset because there was discomfort with the decision that they had to make. There was over-reliance on the intellect, and they were leaving emotions unconsidered. So they were depressed, they wanted a release, and they were finding some difficulties in their life. They were not able to make a decision that needed to be made. And here it talks about how they were relying more on their intellect instead of their emotions. They were leaving emotions unconsidered. They wanted to have emotional control, but they were unable to. The sentence that I'm getting is they were mad at themselves for feeling the way that they did. How could I feel this way? Okay. They were upset because they knew it may be wrong for them. They knew it may not be healthy for them. They knew it may not be practical for them, which is exactly why this person was not thinking when they were making that decision right there. Well, when they really couldn't make a decision. But the type of mindset that they had at the time was, this is not going to work for me because I can't go along with this, and I need to not make a decision based on my emotions. I need to just take a step back and ignore this entire situation. Your person of interest here did not make a decision. Your person of interest here also was not really feeling well in the mind. That's the reason why they weren't able to make that decision. So if you're wondering, why did this person not talk to you? Why did they seem very depressed or very sad or very upset? deep, deep, deep down, it was because of emotions. On the surface, they were pretending like it doesn't matter. Like they don't give a crap. That's what happened. So yes, this person did love you and they do love you. There is love right there. The fact that this person is depressed is because there's love. It doesn't mean that there's nothing. If there was nothing, they wouldn't give two craps about it, right? No. The only reason they behave the way that they did is because there's love. And it is so intense that they actually became depressed and there was difficulties. And they wanted release from that, but it just didn't happen. Aries, what I'm seeing here is because this is a spiritual connection, it's a very deep kind of love. This is by default. It just kind of runs as a river below the surface of the earth. It's just a river that never ends. You can't see it, but it's still flowing. It's still there. Here, what I'm seeing is... What I'm seeing is a vision now. I was about to talk and say something. So this is what I'm seeing. I don't know if it's called bedrock. Haven't done geology in years. But I see like the earth has been cut. Okay, I'm at a place where I'm seeing just the side of like a cliff, but it's been cut. So I'm seeing stone, dark stone, this, that, and the other. But also I see a river flowing underneath, water. And it's just flowing. It is actually blue, dark blue. And it's flowing from left to right, so it's progressive. So it's moving forward in time. That's good. Not backwards. And we also have underneath it just soil, normal, everyday rocks and things like that. Now, what I also saw was because of this flow, even though this person has these feelings below the surface, they're not showing it to you. These are the emotions. Water is emotion, right? These flows, this ebbs and flows. There's sometimes these highs, sometimes the lows, but it is constant. The reason for this is that spiritual connection that you have. Now, what I did see is part of this water is actually touching some of that soil on top. And through that, it is nourishing some of the grass on top, or let's just say it's weeds or grass or whatever comes up. That top layer has an echo of love that is coming from the base. You get that? That's really deep. This is ridiculously deep. And that's what I'm seeing. So even though this person may be hiding it under the surface, deep, deep, deep down, there are still the remnants and still the essence of a little bit of vapors that go up, of love going up. And it will create that foundation where those seeds prosper. Seeds of love, the feelings of love, the essence, it's still there, but shh, this person doesn't want to show it. Oh my goodness me. That is very restrictive. This is somebody who really wants to put a lock on their heart. But why are they putting a lock? Because they're already in love. They know that this is how deep it is. But they're just trying to keep it down, down, down. And yet, love is like a weed. It'll pop up wherever. You try to get rid of it, it'll still pop up somewhere else. It's exactly like that. No matter how much you try. Wow, Aries, that is deep, guys. That is a very strange vision, but it makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. So we have here with the Two of Arrows, this desire to have truce, to have peace. Yeah, they want that, but they're also thinking about it on a very serious level, right on the top there. They're not going into the depths. They're not going into that river of love. No, they're just on the top. So they're trying to act very intellectual, very logical, very rational about this situation. This is something that they did in the past, Aries. They tried to make their decision based on logic, based on intellect, leaving their emotions unconsidered. Yeah. So that's quite deep, isn't it? It's so interesting when I see these and how somehow I can just relate it. I don't know how that happens, but it is obviously with the help of God and the angels and whatever my background is spiritually. All right. Let's have a look. We have here the Beginner's Tarot, and with this deck I like to have a look at any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have towards you. Again, fate and destiny. We're talking a lot about fate and the feeling of, in English we call it kismet, Hindi we call it kismet. And that's what that is. This person really does have faith. Ooh, betrayal. Haha. We have Aries on top here, but we also have someone who is very similar to you in terms of their passion, in terms of what they think is right. And I see that with somebody holding a staff going like, this is right. This is the way it's supposed to be. Wow, both of you are, you make a great couple, but you're also very feisty, very fiery, both of you. So we have here the Wheel of Fortune. Not a bad card to have. Very nice. This is the faith that this person has, your person of interest, that someday, some way we will meet again. And they are letting the universe decide. Letting the celestial beings, the angels, God, whatever destiny is written for me. If we are meant to be, we are meant to be. And I have a hunch that we are supposed to be together. That's what this person's feeling. And then we have here Strength. Absolutely beautiful card to have. There may have been a sense of shyness, being very aloof, not really paying much attention, but there was reasons for that. What I'm seeing now is that this person's gone beyond that. Now they have strength. They have courage. They have the wit and the wisdom to reach out to you and to talk to you about certain things. Perhaps they have in the past. However, there is a problem here. What is that problem? Seven of Cups. With the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Cups here talks about how your person of interest is daydreaming. Yeah, it's all talk, no action. That seems to be the case right now. They have a lot of choices. They have a lot of options, many things they can do. However, are they actually going forward and doing anything? Are they looking forward to that? No, they have a lot of temptation around them. They know what they want. But there's also a fear of picking, because then they feel that they may miss out on something else. For now, your person of interest is not really thinking practically. They are assuming that the rest of the world works according to the way that they think in their brain. They have a certain set of principles and a certain set of thoughts and ideas that they have, that this is the way an ideal world is. And they blame others according to, I would say, their fantasies. So it's almost as if this person has been so much in their head that they're not really associating much with people outside when it comes to romantic relationships and connections. Wit and wisdom. I'm seeing when it comes to that, there's a lack of wit and wisdom. Also, we have an issue here with the Moon card. You have a situation here where there are lies and there has been betrayal in this connection. Certain things have been happening and they've been done in the dark, in the sense that nobody here wants things to come into the light. But whatever is in the dark will eventually come into the light. That always does happen. Either in this lifetime or even after we die, then we see the truth. Everybody sees the truth. That's kind of creepy. But we all see the truth of everybody after we pass away. That's the soul. Here, in this lifetime right now, let's get back to planet Earth. We have a situation where somebody here has betrayed an individual and there has been lies. There could have been cheating involved. Not only that, but everything was done hush-hush, quietly. We also have, that could be a third-party situation too, by the way. We also have here the Emperor. You do signify the Emperor. But what I'm seeing here is you're dealing with somebody who is almost similar to you. They're quite same. You guys are almost like the same. You could even be twin flames. Here, with this card, the Emperor, your person of interest, wants to give you everything. They want to take care of you. They want to be with you. They want to promise you. They want to build an empire with you, right? This is the Emperor. But this is also somebody that may love you. They may love you the way that they know how to love, but they may not love you the way that you want to be loved. And there's a difference there, right? You may not be 100% satisfied, but you know that this person's got your back. They're there for you. We also have with the Emperor, it's my way or the highway. All right? Kind of not really selfish, but it has to be my way, otherwise it's not right. Because this is the Emperor, this is somebody that feels and thinks and knows that I'm always right. So a little bit of narcissistic behavior. We have various levels of narcissism. You got to be a little wary of that, be a little careful. With you, yes, this person, they've gained the strength to reach out to you and maybe have the courage to talk to you. But, Aries, you also have to be exactly that to match somebody like this. Otherwise, I don't want you guys to be doormats. All right? And there is such a thing as an individual being a doormat. I know quite a few. You need to stand up for what you believe in, have the courage, and speak up. Because when you have two emperors, okay, it doesn't work. You can't have two emperors. One has to be slightly lower, or there has to be an adjustment, or even turns. But if two people are the exact same, when you have that type of energy, you're going to be butting heads and there's going to be arguments and fights. And disagreements, misunderstandings. But do I see this person reaching out to you right now? Nope. Nope. They're gaining the intuitive strength, feeling that the universe has got their back. They're physically and emotionally gaining the strength to reach out at some point in time. And then we have here the realization that they have other choices, maybe not even choices, but they have other things that they have to finish in life. They're not really paying attention to many of them. But then we have this really suspicious card, the Moon card, where somebody here may have not been 100% faithful or truthful. Aries, I would just suggest with this person, be a little wary, be a little careful when you're talking to them or when you're dealing with them. All right, I'm just going to do a quick prayer. All right, so these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. We have here some cards that fell out, but okay, I'm going to put them all out. 3 of them came in a row. It's up to you. So this is a choice. Some of you are done with this person. Some of you are not happy with this person. There you go. Reconsider. Card right after that, right? Holy Hannah. Let go. Yep, they are not happy. Aries, your angels here, our angels, the world's angels, they're not really happy with this person and the way they've been treating you. And that's why they're giving you a chance here to think about it. You see, this is what happens in life, and many of us don't realize this. we have these celestial beings, angels, we have God, okay? And God is an it. It's a being, prefers to be in the alpha state. It does have feminine, but it prefers to be in the alpha state. Because it/God acts as the leader, the one who's confident, the initiator, the one who starts everything. So it prefers being in the alpha state when I say that. We have an issue with life when we don't get things our way. We wonder, why didn't it turn out like this? Why isn't it happening fast enough? There's a reason for that. It's because the angels don't want you to go ahead with it. Why? Because they see your future. In the spiritual realm, angels and demons, spiritual energies, all those kind of things, they can see the past, present, and the future because it all exists at one point. That's how it's so easy for some people to tell the future, especially when you deal with negative energies. But that's a no-no. You're not supposed to do that. Which is why I don't really look into the future, but I do look into people's emotions and feelings. Now, what's important here is to note that when they do something, or when something happens in your life, when there was a delay in your life, there was a reason for it. Sometimes, yes, it can be because of negative energies not wanting you to be with your loved one. And that creates depression, and that increases negative energies. I have packages for that on my website to get rid of negative energies. Feel free to have a look. But there are also those times when we catch somebody in the act. That is a red flag from the universe. We feel suspicion. We sense something's not right. Those are hunches. That's your higher level intuition. That is your soul and your mind talking to you, the spirit/the body. This is what's happening right now. You are stuck in a situation, the majority of you, I feel. I'm seeing this with this card. Like there's 3 cards right there, the last 3. It's up to you to reconsider and let go. Like, can't get more direct than that, right? There are certain reasons why these things happen, and it is for the greater good of yourself and your future. Because the happier you are, the healthier you are, the more you will elevate in life and your spirit and your soul. It's all about getting to the end goal, and that is being bigger and better than what we are right now. So many things, Aries, have happened in your life. You may find it a bit upsetting that you've invested all this time, energy, and effort in this person, but then what the hell is the result, right? Don't worry about it, because this was a lesson. This was not a mistake. Consider this an experience, and you know going forward that you're not going to repeat this mistake, that experience you've gone through. You know exactly what to do. The worst is when you've been through, and this is for anybody that has been through an experience and they keep going back to the same kind of individual. And we do have people like that look for the same looks, for the same attitude, everything. Because you're actually looking for the same old person that you were in love with in the first place. But those nasty attitudes, that nasty stuff that the other person had, mostly the other person also has the same. This is very much, it's to do with characteristics and traits, ancient Chinese face reading, as well as other readings that I used. I don't do them right now, but you can judge a person by the way that they look, because there's literally a formula to it in ancient India. That's the way it is. And if you find somebody the same way that you did before, same place, same looks, same tattoos, same attitude, the result is going to be the same. I would say I'm seeing the 90, I'm seeing 90% it will be the same, which is why you need to do something slightly different. Find someone different. Find somebody that you would not even expect to be with. Opposites attract, right? Try something new. Take up more opportunities. And you never know till you try. Because here, what I'm seeing is that you guys have been in a situation where you have invested a lot. However, it is not healthy for you, especially when you got the moon card. You even know that there are some lies and betrayal, but you're trying to cover that up with a blanket. And you're trying to move on. Let's not do that. You don't have to do that. There's a big hunk of world out there, lots of people. Lots of people, guys. And sometimes we have our choices, but those choices are not the right ones. Yes, they are lessons, but it's only useful to have a lesson if you learn from it and not repeat it, right? We have here, get more information. Clearly, you have a lack of information. The only reason why this card comes up, Aries, is because it shows me that there's something regarding this connection that you are unaware of. It could be anything. It could be regarding this person. Maybe you don't know something about this person. It could be maybe you don't know how to connect with this person or communicate with them on their level. It could be any type of information, but eventually it's going to come to you. You don't have to go out seeking and looking for it. If you have some doubts or anything, you can always go and research and do whatever. But it will come to you as well, eventually. So it does say here, get more information because you are ready. How are you ready? You're ready emotionally, spiritually, and physically because you've been there, done that. You're done. You're ready. And it says, yes, remain positive. Okay? So do stay positive, because the more positive you stay, the more positive energies you have. In order to get rid of the negative energies, have a look at my website, have a look at the chakra checkup package, or have a look at the Holy Light package. Okay? Those two will help you get rid of negative energies. You can get one or the other. We also have here, it's up to you. And this is where I tell many of my viewers, my clients, that we have different realities that have been created for us, but right now we're on this branch. This is where you are. No problem. Jump like a squirrel onto the other branch. The tree's still there. That road and that path and that story is still written for you. You're just the actor/actress that has to play the part. It's already written for you. So there's no harm. There's no fear. Don't have fear. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I know it hurts. It's going to take some time. But sometimes, just like this person's thinking so logically, maybe you should start thinking a little bit how this person's thinking too. Because you're dealing with somebody who's very much like you in terms of their, I don't want to say dominance, but they do seem to be a bit dominating. I do see domination there. It has to be their way or the highway. Here we also have, after you have made up your choice, you're going to be reconsidering any actions, any words you're going to take in regards to this connection. Reconsidering. Why would you reconsider? Why are they telling you to do that? Because clearly something is not right. And then they're telling you to let go. Simple as that. Letting go doesn't mean you stop loving the person. You can't turn that off like an on-off switch. But you can start to ignore them. You can start to keep your distance from them. Sometimes you need to do that in order to teach a person a lesson. And then they do come back. But don't do it in the way where you want them to learn a lesson. That sometimes is karmically bad too. But do let go and start focusing on yourself. Start focusing on other things that you like to do. Maybe some projects that you never were able to finish. Maybe picking up a hobby. Learning something new. By letting go, you're allowing new things to enter your life. And what I do see in regards to this person, and or in regards to somebody else, a year from now, something's totally going to be different in this connection. This could be somebody brand new because it's up to you, which shows me choices. You have choices. So from now until the next year, you literally could have somebody new in your life. Or from now until the next year, after you let go, this person may come back into your life. It's still a win-win situation, Aries. And that's your reading. I know sometimes this card, a year from now, has come up quite a few times. And last year it may have popped up. Some people get upset, oh, it came up this year again. But you said last year. This is only one card that I have. I don't have a card that says 3 years from now or 5 years from now. So, of course, that is an issue for me even. But if it does come up, it just means that right now is not the right time for you. And like I said, there's a reason why we catch people in the act. Certain things come to light. It's because they're supposed to come to light. Somebody has shown us the light. And if we choose to ignore it, we may enter the same dark rabbit hole. We might go back down, down, down. You don't want that. You want to use that information and use it to the best of your abilities to be a better version of yourself and to find more happiness. All right, Aries. Thank you so much for tuning in and for supporting the channel. I just want to let the the new ones know, my new viewers and my new subscribers, I do have another channel, Asnointia Audio. All the videos there are free to watch, and they are on relationships, advice on that, as well as spiritual connections. And I also have one on negative energies. What and who are negative energies? How to get rid of them, how to recognize and remove. And that's it. You guys take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys again. Bye now.